Now, every Friday, this is a tradition. It's how we wrap up our week. We give you a chance to blow off a little steam. We give you a chance to say what you need the world to hear, but maybe through a bit of a bigger amplification mechanism, if you know what I mean. It's an exercise we call Trash Talk. Yeah, that's right. Thanks to our friends at Local Environmental, we ramp things up, and it starts with this email from Melanie, who says, this is a PSA for all... Oh, earmuffs, kids, by the way, for the next 3 minutes or so. This is a PSA for all you grown-ass adults who work in grown-ass workplaces doing grown-ass jobs, but you can't keep your dirty dishes from piling up in the sink. It's disgusting. It's unclean. It's inconvenient. In fact, it's a pain in the ass, and I'm sick of it, says Melanie. I've done the good neighbor, do your dishes for you thing. I've done the leave a friendly note near the sink as a reminder thing. I've even tried the passive-aggressive nonverbal thing when I've seen the dishes dropped off by you and left in the sink. This trash talk submission is my last straw. Starting Monday, your dirty dishes are going in the garbage. Just try me. That from Melanie. I love that, Melanie. How about this one? This one from Gerald, who says, to whom it may concern, Oilers fans, as we creep closer to Stanley Cup glory, I feel the need to point out that the crowds downtown are getting bigger, louder, rowdier, and they're teetering on mob-like. And while most of the energy is positive, albeit somewhat drunken, I can see a time in the near future where it becomes, just maybe too much. Let's keep our wits about us. Let's cheer on our team, but refrain from being obnoxious or abrasive to our fellow citizens. I love the Oil, says Gerald, just as much as the next fan. I love cheering them all the way to Lord Stanley's doorstep. I will indulge in a car flag, a throwback jersey, in place of a suit at work moving forward on game days, and a few brews, even on the weekdays when they're playing. But please don't burn this city to the ground like Vancouver does. As we continue to achieve success moving toward the finals, we still remember what it looked like back on White Avenue in 06 and in the 80s during the Dynasty years. White Ave's a beautiful place. I want to enjoy it through the summer as it is now. Not in ashes, says Gerald. This means businesses as well. We know they'll be jam-packed, understaffed, and slammed on game nights. Be kind, be cool, and above all else, stay classy, Edmonton. That from Gerald. I love it. I was tripping all over Gerald's words. Maybe because I was out celebrating last night. I don't know. That might be why. Gerald, I'm doing my best. How about this one? This one from Maurice. You load up that tweet for me. He says, this is a quick one for Brock Harrison, Jason Kenney's number one aide. Has anybody told this guy about the results of the leadership review? Is he aware that his guy got trounced again? An embarrassingly low return on the review. 51.4%, a resignation, a less than one and done legacy for Alberta's most embarrassing premier. Yet here's his lackey still throwing out his signature snark on Twitter, talking down to investigative reporter Charles Rusnell. Brock Harrison couldn't carry Rusnell's pen. Maybe if the architect of the disastrous Best Summer Ever campaign wasn't such a smug, petty prick, he wouldn't have to call in favors every 2 years to fall into a new job. Maybe if that entire premier's office wasn't being run by jerks, they wouldn't have lost the room like they did. Food for thought, Brock. Now beat it. That from Maurice, who says what he thinks and thinks what he says. Wow. And finally, this one from Jerry, who just snuck this in under the wire. Attaboy, Jerry, to talk at RyanJesperson.com. Wonder if you thought we'd miss it. We didn't, buddy. He says, we live in central Alberta, and there seems to be a sort of a deeply ingrained Alberta-Bama wild freedom convoy streak thing happening here on the daily. We still encounter many vehicles touting freedom convoy messaging, and the shitty part is that they're flying proudly Canadian flags in large numbers, and it's been so prevalent, so pervasive, so aggressive, so unforgiving, and so in our fucking faces that anger is the first emotion we feel when we see these anti-vax, anti-mask, anti-government, chaos-loving, anarchy-wielding misfits forcing this bullshit down our throats. They attack us with words and imagery and slogans and lies and guilt, and even with our own proud flag. And it's impossible to see a vehicle drive by with Canadian flags flying from the windows and my wife immediately not go, these idiots need to just fuck off and find something else to do already. What are they even protesting? What are they even doing? Don't they have jobs? They're ruining their children, and they've even ruined our flag. and it's true, says Jerry. He says it's hard now to see a vehicle driving around with the Canadian flag and not immediately judge its occupants, and that really sucks. So we've got work to do as Canadians to retake our flag, to regain our confidence in our systems, and especially, says Jerry, to hold our politicians in this country that supported this attempted takeover to account. It's a slippery slope from serving coffee to truckers, just asking questions about vaccines, to just trying to save unborn children by banning abortion, says Jerry. We can't let the few hold the many hostage, so vote any and all of these fuckers out, says Jerry. Cheers, Real Talk fam, and go Oilers, go! All right, Jerry bringing the heat. I'm going to throw that in the hopper as a contender for Email of the Month. We'll see. You've still got time to talk at RyanJesperson.com. Coming up on Monday for his bi-weekly spot, despite the emergency conference we had with him just the other day, the Titan of Talk is back. Charles Adler. We'll ask him how his Vegas vacation went. Plus other news of the day. In the meantime, Real Talkers, have an amazing weekend. Don't forget to register for the Real Talk Golf Classic, June 23rd at the Ranch. All the details under the events link at RyanJesperson.com. Talk soon. One love.